Hi, welcome to Luxury in Moderation, where we appreciate the finer things in life without going overboard. My name's Joanne and I upload videos at least once a week on luxury content, so make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. Today, I'm going to be talking about my experience with Louis Vuitton Vernis Leather, specifically on my Victorian wallet. I was interested in the Vernis leather for a long time, and when I was looking for this wallet, didn't find that many resources online talking about the leather. So I wanted to make this video just in case somebody else was interested in learning more about this Vernis leather. So I was interested in getting a new wallet late last year around the September timeframe. And I had been interested in a lot of LV leathers for a while now because I own a couple of Louis Vuitton Monogram canvas bags, but I didn't have a lot of experience with their leathers. So I specifically wanted to look at some of their wallets with different leather options. The Victorian wallet was what I wanted because there were a ton of good reviews online, how it's a great compact wallet that still holds a lot of things. So I knew this was the shape and size that I wanted. Now I just needed to find the material because the Victorian wallet comes in a lot of different materials, including the canvas, the empreinte leather, and the Vernis leather. For specifically a wallet that I knew that I was going to throw in a lot of different bags and I would be using quite frequently, I knew I wanted something to be more hard wearing that wouldn't get worn down very quickly. And even though I know the LV canvas is very durable, I already have a couple bags in the canvas material and I wanted this to be a little bit different. So I was specifically looking at their leather options. So when I went into the store, they actually didn't have a Vernis leather wallet for me to look at, even though I told the sales associate that's what I was specifically looking for. And when I first walked into the store, I did tell the sales associate that I was interested in looking at different kinds of leathers for a wallet, and I wanted something that was pretty durable. And they did all recommend to me the empreinte leather. They all said, oh, if you want something durable, definitely go with the empreinte leather. But at the same time, I also felt like, first of all, they didn't have the Vernis leather to show me in the store, so I think that was also their way of trying to get me to buy something at the store. They would recommend something that I could actually buy right then and there instead of something that they didn't have in stock and then I wouldn't be able to purchase with them that day. And I also felt like they might have said that because the empreinte leather is a little bit more expensive than the Vernis leather version. So I didn't know if they were trying to, get more commission out of that sale as well. They did say to me that Vernis leather would show wear and tear, but I definitely obviously had to try it out for myself to see, what they're talking about. They did show me the empreinte leather. That's a softer leather, and I thought that might be a good option too because it was soft, it felt very nice, but at the same time, once I took a look at that leather, it seemed like the leather would stretch and soften a little bit too much over time. After visiting the LV store, I decided that I didn't want the empreinte leather, and I was pretty decided that I wanted my wallet to be in the Vernis leather and specifically in this pink color because I am a pink fan. So I went online, and on the website, it didn't say that this specific wallet in this specific leather was available anywhere near me. So I called the LV customer service line and they looked to see if they had any in stock anywhere. And they ended up finding this particular wallet in a store in California. So then they connected me to a sales representative in that store. And then I ended up ordering the wallet through that sales associate. So I read them, my credit card information, and they sent me a receipt over email, and then I just waited to have the wallet shipped to me and for it to arrive. So it was quite a process getting this wallet, but I knew I really wanted it and I was glad I was able to find it. So the Vernis leather is their patent leather. You can see that, it's very shiny. And I felt like that was part of what would make the leather more durable because it had that extra coating. But it also does make the material quite sticky to a lot of particles. So here's a close-up of the wallet, and I was really trying to capture the iridescent in this pink calfskin leather, but if you see it up close, you can see it's kind of like a micro glitter that's embedded within the pink calfskin leather. And then of course you have the shiny patent coating. Now when I flip it over, you can definitely see that it's dirty. And this is just from, when I throw it in a bag or I set it on a counter. The patent coating does tend to have stuff stick to it. So this stuff is not permanent, but it is hard to wipe off. It's not like you can take a cloth to it and just wipe it off really easily because it does get stuck and you might have to work at it for a pretty long time. Now my wallet does have color transfer on it. I had stuck this wallet into a pocket that had a faux leather lining, and the black dye from that faux leather did actually soak into the vernis coating. I tried a lot of different ways to get this color transfer off. I tried using leather cleaner, soap, detergent, but nothing worked, so I definitely think this is permanent now. It doesn't bother me as much now, but it's definitely something to be aware of. Over time, I do think that the leather will look more and more used and have more dark staining, but the inside will stay pretty pristine. You can see here the very smooth pink leather. It does have a dent in it. I don't know if it's from me putting pressure on the button to close it sometimes, but I think the inside will have this bright pink and the outside will start to look more dingy over time. Another thing to note about this wallet is that the gold on the button actually started wearing off super quickly. So there were gold flecks coming off and I could see the silver underneath, and I actually had to cut out a piece of circular tape to just put over the buttons so the gold would stop coming off. But you can see that the leather is quite stiff. For example, the issue with the empreinte leather is that it was so soft that all the different parts would move around a lot. For example, like, I don't know how I can show you this, but the leather kind of keeps it from moving around that much. In the empreinte leather, all of the corners were much softer, so you can really like move it around a lot more, and then it just felt a little bit more flimsy to me. From my research, from looking online and also asking the sales associates, it is quite stiff to start with. So all of the credit card slots, they're pretty thin, and it was really hard to get my credit card in and out of all the slots at first. But now that I've used the wallet for about 6 months, it's definitely loosened up a little bit and I'm able to get my cards in and out a little bit easier, but it's definitely still pretty stiff so that it will securely hold my cards and I don't have to worry about them coming out. And also there would be no way to kind of double up your cards and put 2 cards in a slot. First off, because it is so tight, you would really have to slowly stretch out the slot over time if you wanted to do that, if you had that many cards. I probably won't, just because I don't have that many cards and I don't want to stretch out the slots that much and then, accidentally have one slip out one day. Overall, the edges are still pretty perfect. There's no fraying at all, but it is showing more wear than I thought it was in its first 6 months of its life. And I just want to make sure that everyone is aware of that. It might not be as apparent if you have a deeper color that won't show the wear and tear as much, but the vernis leather, I think, will develop some show of wear and tear over time, just because I think some things will rub off on the shiny coating. So then, just to compare the vernis leather with the monogram canvas material, I have my very old LV bag. That was my first luxury bag here, just to show you. This bag I got in 2008, so it's about 12 years old, and I didn't carry it, the whole 12 years consistently, but I definitely have carried it quite a bit. Every year I take it out, usually in the fall time, and, wear it at least a couple of weeks a year. And you can definitely see those years coming out in the patinaed leather. You can see it's pretty dirty. It's definitely gotten some dirt on it, and it's definitely been used. But if you just look at the canvas itself, the monogram canvas material, you really couldn't say how old this bag is because it doesn't show much wear at all. I think the canvas does get softer over time, so that might be another way for you to tell how old a bag is. It's very squishy and it's very comfortable to, hold as a material. It definitely holds up a lot better than any leather that you would go with. The LV canvas does have quite a lot of texture to it. You can see all the little bumps everywhere, and it doesn't show any scratching. I do, accidentally scratch a lot of things. I can be clumsy sometimes. So, if I'm holding my keys wrong and I just swipe the edge of my bag, I might be like, oh crap, if it's leather and it shows any tiny little scratch. But with the LV canvas, it's not going to be harmed very easily at all. As I started to learn more and more about luxury products, other brands, other materials, and I learned about all the different kind of leathers that different companies use, I thought leather, is obviously very expensive, and that must mean that it's better. So then I started thinking that, if I wanted to have a luxury product, it should be in a true leather where, people take so much time to dye it and mold it, and that's what really creates a luxury product. So during a certain time in my, learning about luxury products, and I did at one point think that LV canvas wasn't as good of a material. I thought that, I don't want anything else in canvas anymore. I'm only going to go for the leather material now. But then once I started getting more leather bags and I figured out how high maintenance leather is, I actually reverted and went back to thinking that LV canvas is so durable. It is a good luxury material. Specifically coming back to the Vernis leather, obviously this doesn't show a lot of, scratches at all. Any light pressure, a key scratching along this patented coated leather is going to be okay. But I think if you did have, a pen sunk into the leather for a bit more time, I think that would definitely show a dent and have that dent be kind of permanent more than the LV canvas. And I'm happy with my color choice. Looking at the pink just makes me very happy. And even though another darker color might not show the wear and tear as much, for me, having a wallet be used and actually be additive to my life is more important than something looking absolutely perfect like it just came from the store. Because for me, I think the definition of luxury is something that will actually enhance your life and allow you to live life more fully. So even though I am still interested in getting more LV bags in other LV leather, like I still want to own something in the empreinte leather and in the epi leather, I think they're still beautiful. I do recognize that, they're not going to be as easily maintained as the canvas bags that I already have. They are going to show wear and tear some more, and they are going to be more easily scratched, and the leather will expand and mold over time or lose their structure. So I think it's good to just know going in that, there's pros and cons to every single leather. And I'm glad that I did get the Victorine wallet in the Vernis leather. I'm not sure that after this experience, I would want to get a full bag in the Vernis leather because I know that it does attract a lot of particles and it's not that easy to wipe clean all the time because the coating can be quite sticky. These are just my initial thoughts on the LV Vernis leather compared to the LV canvas material, and I hope that this video has helped you take a deeper look into the pros and cons of Vernis leather to help you decide if you want something in this LV material. Please remember to subscribe if you like content like this, and let me know what other topics you'd like to see. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!